10 Best Restaurants in Chicago, Illinois. The Emerald City of America's heartland benefits from seasonality like few others in the country, and you'll taste it all in the amazing restaurants here. Sourcing farm-fresh ingredients from all over Illinois, not to mention neighboring Michigan, Indiana, and Wisconsin, the best restaurants in Chicago are recognized as some of the most exciting in the country, thanks in no small part to the talent in their kitchens. From acclaimed chefs to memorable dining experiences, we've listed our favorite Chicago restaurants here, so snag your reservations ASAP. Number 10. Red Hot Ranch. Red Hot Ranch is a no-frills neighborhood spot serving up burgers, hot dogs, and fresh-cut fries. Why this restaurant is a must-eat. Red Hot Ranch is a fast food spot that works perfectly as either a cheap lunch option or your last stop after a night out. The dining room at their Lakeview location is small and simple, like a miniature high school cafeteria, with a couple of picnic tables outside. Their burger is smashed thin with crispy edges, and it's one of the best places to eat in Chicago at its price range. What to eat? The menu also includes a depression dog, a more obscure version of a Chicago dog that swaps out most of the vegetable toppings for fresh-cut French fries, as well as milkshakes and fried shrimp by the pound. Number 9. Pequod's Pizza. Pequod's Pizza is a casual, brick-walled pizza pub where deep dish pies with caramelized crusts are served until late. Why this restaurant is a must-eat. If you're looking for local restaurants near you for deep dish pies or really good pizza, this is one of the best-rated restaurants in Chicago to visit. Prepare for a wait. On busy weekends, this casual spot attracts a crowd, with waits up to 2 hours for groups. A casual neighborhood sports bar with the usual trappings, high booths, exposed brick, Pequod's also boasts one of the city's top pan pies. What to eat? Though Pequod's version isn't exactly the deep dish that tourists expect, it's thinner than the stuffed pizza many travel magazines feature. It's still the premier take on the style. The crust features a chewy rim of caramelized cheese that may appear burnt, but that chew adds a special texture that sets it apart. Number 8. Lula Cafe. Lula Cafe is known for inventive, market-driven food in a casual, funky space that hosts an especially popular brunch. Why this restaurant is a must-eat. Chef and owner Jason Hamill continues to keep the community at the forefront of the operations at Lula Cafe, which has, since 1999, endeared itself to many in Logan Square as a welcoming space for new American cuisine. Lula Cafe feels a bit like home. If your home is artfully distressed, with gramophone speakers on the walls, warm pendant lights, and succulents on tabletops. The long bar is prime people watching, while the limited patio is coveted real estate during the alfresco season. What to eat? This is an all-day cafe with fresh-baked pastries and a stellar breakfast burrito. At night, the wine list goes deep to accompany dishes like roast chicken, beet bruschetta, and summer squash with Santa Rosa plums, tropea onions, and basil. Find a seat at the bar and enjoy oysters and snacks like chicken liver mousse. Number 7. Tocaya Antojeria. Tocaya Antojeria is a colorful, laid-back spot serving multi-regional Mexican small plates, desserts, and cocktails. Why this restaurant is a must-eat. Few chefs share the talent and drive that Diana Davila exhibits while showcasing a dazzling display of small Mexican dishes in Logan Square. Davila isn't shy about taking risks. She isn't pandering to the typical American diner. This isn't a place to fill up on chips and salsa with a pitcher of margaritas. Davila left her previous job after owners tried to force those expectations on her. But that's not to say there's not a taste of the familiar. This is one of the best restaurants Chicago has to offer for tacos and enchiladas. What to eat? The guacamole, steak burrito, and fried oyster tacos are all stellar. But customers should dive into unique items like peanut butter lengua and tlacoyo de nopalitos, the latter of which represents the chef's obsession with pre-Hispanic Mexico. Number 6. Pat's Pizza and Ristorante. Pat's Pizza and Ristorante is a family-owned restaurant serving thin crust and pan pizzas plus Italian and American entrees since 1950. Why this restaurant is a must-eat. Chicago thin crust pizza is having a moment, with the city's pizza makers eager to defy the notion that this is only a deep dish town. So settle down, deep dish fans, because the thick slices are still awesome here if you're looking for the best lunch in Chicago. Pat's Pizza in Lakeview has a storied history of popularizing tavern-style pies, and this family-owned spot sports some of the crispiest, thinnest pizzas around. Pat's uses its own sausage blend for the pizza, which also helps set this place apart. What to eat? Pastas, salads and a handful of cheesy, sauced chicken entrees round out the options, but we suggest sticking with the pizza, especially if you're a fan of crispy paper-thin crust and square-cut slices. Number 5. Honey Butter Fried Chicken. Honey Butter Fried Chicken boasts its quick-serve outfit furnishes fried poultry, craft beer, and cocktails in rustic digs with a patio. Why this restaurant is a must-eat. Crowds flock to this cozy nest of a restaurant in Chicago's Avondale neighborhood to get their fix of fried chicken. The high-quality, antibiotic-free birds come served in a bevy of crave-worthy iterations, including the insanely good fried chicken nachos. These crisp and skinless pieces of meat come with the restaurant's signature honey butter. But beyond the food, Christine Sikowski and Josh Culp are committed to improving restaurant working conditions and have championed a business model where employees receive healthcare benefits. That explains why prices are higher than the average counter-service joint, but HBFC reports strong worker retention, which is a rarity in the industry. What to eat? Juicy morsels of the signature honey butter fried chicken are loaded onto a mound of tortilla chips, then layered with melty pimento cheese, candied jalapenos, lime crema and corn pico de gallo. Number 4. Smoke Barbecue. Smoke Barbecue is a popular barbecue spot slinging ribs, brisket, pulled pork, and more in a basic space with community tables. Why this restaurant is a must-eat. Since opening in 2006, Smoke Barbecue has gained a loyal following for house-smoked meats combined with pitch-perfect, house-made rubs and sauces. The restaurant has received the Michelin Bib Gourmand Award every year since it has been awarded in Chicago, and has been featured in a wide range of media outlets, from the New York Times to the Food Network's diners, drive-ins and dives. The Revival location brings Smoke's signature barbecue downtown, where an abbreviated menu of the restaurant's favorites is offered, along with a few Revival-only items. Smoke is one of the best dinner places in Chicago for dining in, taking back to the office for lunch, or for stopping by on the way home for a pound or two of fresh-cut barbecue and a few classic sides for dinner. What to eat? Smoke is all about barbecue tradition. Even the baked beans are infused with smoky flavor. The ribs are simply irresistible, as they're coated in a Memphis-style dry rub and glazed with a sweet, tangy barbecue sauce. Number 3. Luella's Southern Kitchen. Luella's Southern Kitchen is known for serving traditional Southern favorites in a simple storefront space with a weekend brunch menu. Why this restaurant is a must-eat. While Chef Darnell Reed toiled in hotel kitchens in downtown Chicago, he imagined opening a restaurant that honored his great-grandmother Luella, who arrived in Chicago from Mississippi in 1943. Now, his tiny Lincoln Square restaurant serves some of the city's best Southern food, including cream shrimp and grits, chicken gumbo, and a mighty platter of fried chicken and waffles people consider to be the best food in Chicago. This Black-owned restaurant on the north side is also a popular brunch destination. On this quiet strip of Lincoln Square is an unassuming storefront, and within, an equally unassuming Southern restaurant dishing out high-quality food that tastes like home. What to eat? Dishes like shrimp and grits are beefed up. Instead, it's New Orleans spiced shrimp atop silky cream cheese grits. A huge plate of fluffy biscuits comes smothered in a savory, spicy gravy of tasso ham and andouille sausage, while sweet potato pancakes are served with allspice butter, maple syrup, and a dusting of fleur de sel. It's a comfort food feast. Number 2. Lost Larson. Lost Larson is best known as a bakery cafe serving bread, pastries, sandwiches, and cocktails in a casual space with a retro vibe that opened in 2018. Why this restaurant is a must-eat. This Andersonville bakery and cafe pays homage to the neighborhood's Scandinavian roots in the most delicious way. Chef and owner Bobby Schaefer, whose star-studded resume includes grace in Blue Hill at Stone Barns in New York, is the culinary mastermind behind a drool-worthy pastry program that encompasses cardamom-scented chocolate croissants, lingonberry almond cakes, and calamansi meringue tarts. Savory enthusiasts have plenty to look forward to, too, with Lost Larson's selection of open-face sandwiches that are topped with fresh produce and quality meats. The shop doesn't close after the sun goes down, but instead turns into Vin Bar, a natural wine bar offering pours by the bottle and glass plus composed plates that spotlight farmers market fresh ingredients. It's the kind of place you'll find an excuse to visit for breakfast, brunch, lunch, and dinner, which is okay in our book. What to eat? The bakery and cafe doles out whole wheat ham and cheese croissants, scones, quiche, and the fabled cardamom bun. Number 1. Superdawg Drive-In. Superdawg Drive-In is a classic circa 1948 drive-in where CarHop delivers Chicago-style dogs, fries, and milkshakes. Why this restaurant is a must-eat. Avatars of Superdawg founders Maury and Florrie Berman stand guard over this venerable Chicago drive-in at the intersection of Devon, Nagle, and Milwaukee. Customers can spot those giant hot dog statues bearing the Bermans' likenesses from blocks away. Superdawg is a throwback dining experience where customers park their cars and talk to staff through crackling drive-in speakers, and CarHop bring out trays of food. Superdawg's offering isn't a traditional Chicago-style dog, and you wouldn't want to miss the coolest spot to head to with a foodie for some classic, but with a twist, hot dogs. What to eat? Rather than a Vienna beef frank, Superdawg uses a thick, proprietary all-beef sausage that comes with mustard, pickled green tomato, and chopped Spanish onions. And if you're not drooling just from reading that, you'll want to experience it yourself first. This is all cradled in a box of crinkle fries, so grab a box and chow down.